welcome back to my channel, Southern Tea. It's your girl, Lady J, back bringing you, my usual, my commentary on the latest as it pertains to female rap and, urban news. So before I get into my video, I'm going to need you to go ahead and hit that thumbs up, comment, share, and baby, you already here, so subscribe to the channel. So the first topic I want to get into is Hot Spice. So Hot Spice recently had a show in Brooklyn over the weekend, and child, the crowd was on one, baby. Do you hear me? Okay, so these niggas, yes, it was niggas. These grown ass niggas practically snatched this girl up. She had to literally push them back, like literally. And so take a look at it, like. But what I'm going to need Hot Spice to do, though, I'm going to need her to fire all them securities that she caught herself having and hire some more, because she need to clean house expeditiously. Because, for one, if they're going to allow fans to be touching and pulling all on the artist and allowing that big safety concern, why even be security in the first place? That's not okay. Like, I understand being in awe of seeing your favorite celebrity or whatever, but they are still people at the end of the day. They are humans. They have rights, including the right to their personal space, and nobody has the right to touch anybody without consent. That's one. That's violation. And this is how artists could potentially get hurt. So yeah, she needs to go ahead and fire all them big useless ass niggas just big over there for no reason. Anyway, looking past the fact that she was damn near snatched up a couple of times, I want to talk about the response this girl seems to garner out of a crowd. Because I have yet to see really any of the new girlies get a crowd to, respond like that. The closest I maybe done seen is Doja Cat. And then again, I ain't never really seen her to get a response like this. But also, she don't got no weak ass security. So, But I have yet to really see any of the other new rap girls, get a crowd to respond this way. Because a lot of the times I be seeing a dry ass crowd when their videos be circulating on Twitter, baby. Do you hear me? Okay. But I found this to be, very interesting because, like her or not, it says a lot about how the general public feels about Ice Spice. But speaking of Hot Spice, congratulations are in order for the new girl on the block, because this week she has debuted on the Billboard Hot 100 again, this time in the top 20. Okay, the song that's in the top 20, I think, is the girl, the Pink Pantheress, her. Okay, it's her song called The Boys Are Liars. Hot Spice is featured on the song. It's sitting pretty at number 14, and it has now surpassed 100 million streams on Spotify, and 13 million of those streams were streamed on the first week the song dropped, which does make her the only female rapper, according to chart data, to debut with over 20 million streams this year, which, is impressive for a new girl on the block. Also, her EP, which only dropped 2 weeks ago, it has been streamed over 100 million times in the past 2 weeks, child. So congratulations are in order to Hot Spice. So let me know how you feel about it. Like I said, like her or not, it says a lot about how the general public feels about Lil Paprika, okay? Just think about it. Because I have seen a lot of conversations around Ice Spice being an industry plant because she only been rapping for a year. But honestly, with how easy it is for these artists to go viral with one song and capitalize off of it and get a push from the industry if they choose, I don't know if I, without a shadow of a doubt, believe she is a, quote unquote industry plant, because industry plants get a push by the label and the industry so that, they appear to be doing better than what they really are, but it almost never translates into real sales or into, real actual fans. Hot Spice, on the other hand, it seems to be translating in real life, because she's actually she actually garnered that type of crazy ass response from a crowd, and that's not the first time I have seen her garner that type of attention. Not even, it was 3 months ago, there was a clip circulating around of a Hot Spice. I think she was in New York, and it was this crowd running after her, and the caption on the blog or something was comparing her to Michael Jackson, and people was like, oh hell nah. And it is oh hell nah, because she could never be on that caliber. But it was more so talking about how the people were responding to her. Okay, so I think for Hot Spice, it is translating into real sales and fans, because like I said, none of the girls have been garnering this type of attention from crowds. People are literally requesting Hot Spice to be played on radio stations. They are calling and requesting her songs, at least down here in Texas. I don't know about where y'all at, but she is selling out shows. And not only that, I think Russ said something that I think is very true. And if you don't know Russ, he is a talented independent artist, not signed to these labels anymore. So shout out to Got the Scoop, because that's my favorite blog on IG. So this is what Russ had tweeted out. Ice Spice putting on a master class on momentum and consistency for all you up and coming artists. Y'all catch maybe one hit and then pump the brakes and work it for a year, or till people tired of it. You drop while you're hot and capitalize on the momentum. She's building a real fan base. So that is what Russ had to say. Need I remind you, like I said, he is an independent artist because, you know, he ain't really fucking with none of these labels anymore. I think he was with Atlantic, cut ties, long story. But I think what Russ said is actually 100% true. These new girls and new artists in general like to rock the shit out of one poppin' ass song for as long as they can. Classic example, Latte and Big Energy. That song dropped in 2021 and she's still performing it at these shows and it's still being nominated and she's still milking the last bit of liquid left in that damn 2-year-old ass song. Okay. What song has Latte dropped since Big Energy has left Billboard? That has made Billboard. Okay. What song has she dropped since Big Energy left the Billboard has made Billboard? Okay. She done dropped a good 5-6 songs since Big Energy left the charts and has yet to get even either one or any of them to debut anywhere in the top 100 spots. If she wasn't so focused on, to me, riding the wave of Big Energy and kept putting out new singles while, you know, she was hot at the peak, she may not be doing the way she's doing right now if she spent more time trying to build a fan base instead of you know, trying to ride the wave of the Barbs and hop on Nicki's fan base to, you know, get support. Latte ain't making no noise, and she been out way longer than Hot Spice. And then, you know, she go ahead and put the nail in the coffin when she went up against the Queen like a straight crash dummy, which made the Barbs abandon her for Hot Spice. Because let's get one thing clear, Latte did have Barb support prior to her going against Nicki Minaj, okay? Which, you know, she, you know, killed her career when she did that because she didn't have a fan base that was supporting her other than the Barbs. Because, you know what, Hot Spice got like, what, 2 or 3 songs on Billboard, at EP charting, sold out shows, and a top 20 hit. What are all these other new and flourishing girls doing except sitting on the literal floor? Okay. Now, real quick, Hot Spice has been name dropping the Queen on Nika Tanya's name in recent interviews. And in one recent interview, she did name Nicki as her fave artist and biggest inspiration. So take a look.
And the culture is right now celebrating 50 years of hip hop all year round. So I would be remiss if I didn't ask you, who are your favorite music artists to celebrate?
Sheesh, y'all already know it's Nicki Minaj.
So let me know what you think about it below. I'm not shocked nor surprised, especially considering Hot Spice's age. She grew up on Nicki Minaj, literally. Okay, so I found her answer to be quite honest. However, I've said it before and I'm going to say it again. I don't think Hot Spice should name drop Nicki Minaj in every interview. I get she is a fan and I get she is inspired, and I honestly do feel like she is inspired, and I get she may even want a collaboration in the future, as they all do. And I get she wants people to know who her inspiration is. But I think it's in her best interest to not mention her in every interview, because just about every interview she has kind of name dropped Nicki, almost like, you know, what Latte used to do, and we see how, you know, that shit went down. And, you know, and it's not to just put it all on, you know, the artist or to put it all on Hot Spice, because sometimes the Barbs can get a little bit hyped up when any of these new girls, you know, name drops the Queen. But, you know, it's to be expected because, you know, she's all these girls' inspirations. And I'm not saying she should never mention her name or stop mentioning her altogether. I just think people who are pretty protective or, you know, pretty just over the top when it comes to her could take that as ulterior motives and compare it to, you know, the Latte situation or the Megan Thee Stallion situation. And I like Hot Spice, I do, not because she is a Barb, but because she is doing what these other girls are not. Okay, she's being consistent and she ain't riding the wave of a viral ass song. She done dropped a project and she's still dropping new songs and videos, and she's not just, you know, trying to be known for that one, you know, song for a year, 2 years, or 3 years. So I can commend her work ethic. So let me know your thoughts on that below. Okay, so the next topic I want to get into is Rubi Rose ass, because she was trending the other day. And, you know, I thought it was because of another nigga she done been spotted with, you know, some shit like that, or a new body that she done got exposed on, because, you know, my good sis, you know, she gets around allegedly, and that's just a little tea and no shade. Now, when I found out why Rubi Rose was trending, it was kind of a disappointing, I ain't gonna lie, but not a shocker, because I always felt as if for the most part, Rubi Rose stays out the way when it comes to drama with other females. But when it comes to niggas, I can't speak on that. So, as we should know, DDG is Rubi Rose's ex, the YouTuber dude. Matter of fact, she was the last person he was in a relationship with before dating Holly, and vice versa. Now, keep in mind, about 5 months ago, in a sit-down interview, Rubi Rose admitted that DDG was her favorite ex at one point.
So who would you say is your favorite boyfriend of all time?
My favorite boyfriend of all time is none of these niggas. These niggas
None
are
of
all
them?
cheaters. No, I'm kidding. But no, my favorite,
Give me a favorite.
I can't even say because all my niggas I think now are fucking with the bitch right now. So I don't want
So
to.
you still can't say which one was your favorite?
My favorite,
Who did you
okay,
enjoy the
no,
most?
my favorite was probably my last boyfriend. His name was DDG. But
Okay.
he was, we just had our differences.
What was his move? Yeah, you were what's your best date night with DDG of all time?
He just would do like crazy adventurous stuff, like go on a hike and
Rock
fuck in the
climbing.
forest type shit.
I keep that in mind. So Rubi Rose apparently saw a photo of Halle Bailey posted up in a certain shirt, and Rubi Rose felt as if this was her shirt that DDG must have given to Halle, because Rubi Rose tweeted, "Having your bitch wear my clothes is crazy, LOL. I like Halle. DDG a weirdo though, for sure." Now, in regards to her last tweet, I think she only said that because people were coming for Ruby because she called Halle Bailey a bitch, which was completely unnecessary. Because if your bone that you want to pick is with that clout chasing ass nigga, then do that. But I just felt like dragging her into that and trying to embarrass her. I felt that was unnecessary. Because make it make sense. You like Halle, but you up here calling her a bitch about a shirt you ain't even 100% sure is yours. Like you pressed and bothered. Was it a custom made shirt? Like, what would make you feel this is your old shirt? Because they all be wearing the same shit in Hollywood. They want to keep up with each other's latest fashions and shit. So I did not like the fact that Ruby wanted to name call and then double down and try to claim like she likes Halle. Now, when DDG responded and basically called Ruby a weirdo and clout chaser, Ruby then took it upon herself to expose their DMs, to which she captioned, "This why I'm single now." So the message thread went like this. DDG says, "You still in LA?" And Ruby responds and says, "Yeah." To which DDG says, "What you on?" And Ruby says, "Getting ready. How about you?" And then she double texts him and also says, "You hitting me? The day y'all argue is so you." To which DDG responds and says, "LOL, you right. Let me go heal first." Now talk about trifling ass shite. Okay, so let me know what y'all think. I think Rubi Rose is not the freshest rose out here because, baby, you whole expose yourself too. You responding to your ex, one you claim to no longer want. You responding to this man and entertaining this man knowing he is in a relationship with Halle, a public relationship at that. Like, if he was really a girl's girl like all you rap hoes be claiming to be, why was this necessary? Because in the midst of you wanting to get at DDG, you embarrassed Halle, and I think it was knowingly. You could have, went to Halle directly or through the DM, not the internet, because now you look just as much of a clout chaser as DDG. Like, girl, go get some music written for you, record, release, and shut the fuck up, okay? You ain't had no project drop since 2020, since For the Streets, okay? And baby, you still for the streets. Like, get it together, sis, okay? And then Ruby tweeted, "All boys are the same. He mad I wouldn't go home with him after Caresha party." Like, girl, something tells me you would have went home with him under different circumstances, especially when not too long ago in an interview you mentioned him being your favorite ex and how all your exes want you back. Like, don't be that girl, okay? That girl who thinks she that bitch and get a nigga and still get played. Because let's keep it a buck. Every nigga you've been linked to publicly done played your ass and left you looking like a cum bucket. Let's just slam the draw four on the table, okay? And that's all tea, no shade. Now, when somebody got on DDG ass for calling Ruby weird, but he steady be in her DMs, he responded and said this. "To start, your chin fat as hell. Secondly, Halle is fine. She knows what's real. We been has this situation out days ago." Then Halle broke her silence, which, I kind of wish she would have just shut the hell up. But she responded and said, "The devil is working. Please don't feed into the lies, especially from a third party. Stay blessed, everyone." And then DDG gonna quote this and say, "Can y'all let my meat go now? Ruby is a weirdo. She been hating on my relationship for years." Like, okay, nigga. Like, you even been with Halle for years. Like, child, shut up. Okay? So, y'all let me know y'all 2 cents, because I'm first going to let you know mine. First off, Halle's response lets me know that she was more than likely aware of the exchange that went down between Ruby and DDG in the DM. They probably already talked about it, argued about it, and hell, Ruby was probably the one to expose it to begin with. We saying Ruby should have went straight to Halle. Well, maybe she did just that. And Halle still, she said, that's my man, I'm going to stick beside him. Which, could have been the reason for the public fallout over the weekend and DG and the, public fiasco that, DDG had caused on Twitter over the weekend. But, perhaps, I don't know, maybe after exposing DDG, Ruby got upset that, she chose to stick beside him. Halle chose to stick beside him. Probably because, Ruby wanted his ass back since she stayed talk about the nigga in interviews. So, I feel like, she seen Halle wasn't trying to let up off that nigga and did all this shit on the internet for clout out of jealousy. Honestly, that's what I think. I think Ruby already exposed this man to Halle, but Halle chose to stick beside her nigga. So now she publicly embarrassing Halle, because why do all of this if it was just about DDG being a snake ass nigga? He been doing this shit to you because y'all probably been screwing around. We already knew that. We knew he was a clout chaser since he been with you. What we didn't know is your ass was, trying to be a clout chaser too, okay? Because y'all are really perfect for each other, honestly. So I think Halle needs to go ahead and let him go and go, back to where it's good at, where he really want to be at, which I think is with Ruby. She want his ass too, and they can be, back to the clout chasing couple they once were. Because I think DDG and Ruby still got feelings for one another. DDG is a simp for Ruby. If you know, you know. So Halle, let it go, sis. Leave the ghetto on the front porch, and y'all let me know y'all thoughts about that below. So the next topic I want to get into is Coi Leray. So Coil's song Playas has reached a new peak on Billboard. It is now sitting in the top 30 at number 28. I want to say last week she was like 30 or 40 something. And so now she's 28. So, congrats are in order to her. So she is steadily rising on the charts with this song. Speaking of which, over the weekend, Coi did perform this song at the Brooklyn Nets halftime show, which I thought her performance was cute. She looked like she was having a good time, a fun time. Now, this is Coil's latest hit since No More Parties. And I told y'all a couple of weeks ago that this song is Coil's Another No More Parties. Okay, so, because she ain't really had a song as big as that one yet. But I definitely see this one climbing higher and higher each week. So I see it getting there. Like I told y'all before, I can definitely see this song reaching the top 20 and quite possibly the top 15 over the next few months, actually weeks, probably by late March or early April, if not before then, because I hear this song too much on the radio when I do cut the radio on, because half the time I got Apple CarPlay hooked up in my car, but when I do switch to see what is on the radio for research purposes, I do be hearing them play that song quite often on the radio. So this song is clearly getting plenty of radio play, which is probably half the reason why it's climbing the charts like it is, and the other half is probably thanks to TikTok, which is why she dropped the video with the TikTok remix, not the original beat. So but going back to what Russ was saying about Hot Spice versus these new artists, I think it's cool that Coi found her another hit, but I don't think it's a good idea for her to milk the udders of this song till it's no more left in the titties like Latto did with Big Energy. I think Coi should be working on another hot song and put that out before the summer. So she should focus on, this hit Playas, for a good, 5-6 months maybe, and then go ahead and drop another song, if not before then, and hopefully drop her album by August or September. Because the thing with Coi is she's either dropping too frequently and not giving an opportunity for those songs to stick or to pick up some traction, or she'll drop or she'll rock the wave of one hot song like she did with No More Parties. So, just let me know your thoughts on that below. The next topic that I want to speak on is Kash Doll. So Kash Doll recently did a sit-down interview with Kid L, and she spoke about something in regards to female rap and female rappers that I want to touch on. So before I give you my 2 cents, I'm going to play you the audio of what she said.
Like, I could be humble, but I'm not discrediting myself. I know that, like, when I started rapping, there was no other, like, it was Nicki and the girl, like, the women before, and me and Dage kind of popped off around the same time. Mm. Like, when she did Try Me, I was already on Tinashe 2 on all over the radio. Mm. You know what I mean? So, and I did music a year before that, but, of course, it took time to blow up. However, we were out at the same time. She just went mainstream really fast, and I was still grinding. Yeah. But it wasn't like Cardi, the City Girls, Megan, Sweetie. I was out before all that started rising. Not even just Detroit, but just period. So I was around for a very long time. Mm. I've been doing it for a long time.
So let me know your thoughts about it below. Now, let me start off by saying I actually find Kash Doll to be talented. You know, I don't think she's like a lyrical genius, but I do think she has talent. I do think she has a couple of witty bars, but nothing compared to like a Wayne or a Nicki or a Kendrick or anything like that. Nevertheless, I do find her talented. And yes, Kash Doll has been in the game a long time, which is why I don't understand of why a few years ago she wanted people to believe she was in her mid-20s. When in the reality, Kash Doll don't want people to know how old she really is, when the truth is she's well into her 30s. And I'm not talking about early 30s, like 30, 31, 32. Matter of fact, she removed anything related to her birthday off of her Wikipedia page. It just has the state and city in which she was born. So she is right about doing it a long time, okay? Because what, Dej Loaf's Try Me came out in what, 2014? That was like 10 years ago. And Kash Doll was even out back then, which further debunks Latte Frappuccino's frivolous ass claims that it was only Nicki out rapping until the new girlies came in. That's not true, because she's ignoring women like Iggy, Dej Loaf, and yes, even Kash Doll. So I definitely feel like colorism kind of played a hand in where Kash Doll's music career is right now. But the other part has to do with her just not being consistent and not properly promoting her brand and her music, you know. And Kash Doll did just drop a new project, which we're going to get into. But, you know, that's why she's out here doing interviews in the first place. So let me know how you feel about it. I honestly just don't think that Kash Doll... I honestly really feel like Kash Doll is probably just frustrated to see these new girls who just popped out reach these levels that she has yet to reach in her career. Kash Doll hasn't had a real hit. Like, Ice Me Out wasn't a big hit. It was a hit in the urban community, but not a nation or a worldwide hit. And, you know, even that song For Everybody, even though that song and the concept behind it was fire, you know, it wasn't like a world-renowned hit. But, you know, she can look and see someone like Hot Spice or Cardi, you know, who come out way after her and make more noise way after she's come out. Now, speaking of Kash Doll, like I said, she did just drop a project on Friday, and I want to talk about it real quick. So I really want to start off with what I liked. So I liked that song Added Up featured Lakia, and I liked that song RNQ. I like them songs. I fuck with them songs. I liked how in the intro she was kind of quoting all these public figures and celebrities who had positive things to, you know, kind of say about her. And, you know, I like that, you know, like I said, that song with Lakia, you know, like she was rapping her ass off. I think it was called Added Up. I like that song, and I like the RNQ song. Okay, so I like those things. And I like that she was at her roots with the Detroit style kind of rap. Okay, she has always repped her city, and I could definitely get that Detroit type of vibe from this project. Okay, so that's what I liked. What I did not like, I felt for one, it was way too many goddamn features. The only song she did along on a whole goddamn project was the intro, and that really just had no replay value to me. Even though I liked, you know, the beginning of how the intro was going, this song itself, it just really had no replay value to me. Okay, all these unknown ass features is another thing. I didn't like that. Okay, I get you want to keep it Detroit, but goddamn, you want to work with at least one popular artist. But I mean, if that ain't in your budget, it's just not there. Okay. But overall, I just feel like it was a lot of bragging and shit talking as it pertains to, you know, her style of rap. And nothing major about this project really stood out to me other than that song with Lakia and that RNQ song, okay? Or RBQ, okay? Whatever the initials were. I like the song. So those two songs was fire. But it's 11 songs on a goddamn album, girl. I should not only be fucking with 2 out of 11 songs on your album. Bitch, that's not even 20%. But what I can't deny is Kash Doll's talent. She does out-rap a lot of these mainstream rap girls. Kash Doll just, you know, she just really has never been an album type of artist to me. I feel like she can make fire songs here and there, but she has 0 albums I can sit and listen straight through. I feel like Kash Doll has always really been that artist who, to me, as it pertains to her music, has always been a hit or a miss. Like I said, she might have a couple fire songs here and there, but not an actual body of work I can sit and listen through. I just never felt she was an album type of artist. But as for this project, I feel like there's no overall arcing theme for this album that really has meant anything of substance. And that's just my most humble opinion. But who knows? I might give it another listen. Maybe I got to listen again. But sis do got a few skips on this hoe. Okay. I feel like she was rapping her ass off. I just, you know, wasn't as into it as I needed to be. But like I say, that song with Lakia is fire, and I like that R&Q song. That's fire too. If I had to grade this project, I would give her a C+. If I had to rate it, it would be a 6 out of 10. Like I said, the fact that I'm even fucking with only 2 songs, I'm being really generous giving it a 6 out of 10, only because she was actually rapping. I ain't gonna lie. But it was just too many features, and she just, you know, she didn't shine like she should have. I can't stand when an artist has more features than solo songs. Like, is this a collaboration, a collaborative album or a collaboration project, or is this your independent project? Is this Kash Doll's project? So let me know your thoughts on this topic below, and if you checked out her project, if you fuck with it or not. Okay, so let me know how you feel about it. The next topic I want to get into is Cardi B. So Cardi and Offset have officially had their McDonald's meals released for Valentine's Day. So let me know if you and your boo gonna, go cop that contaminated ass meat and artificial ass nuggets. Now, what I found interesting is the fact that this meal dropped this week during the Super Bowl, which was Sunday. But when I seen what Cardi looked like at the Super Bowl the day this ad dropped, kind of creeped me out. Why? For one, because Sweetie already did the McDonald's collaboration last year. She had her own meal, the Sweetie meal. Okay, so did Travis Scott. Who cares? But the fact that Sweetie did this meal already and had a particular look, and when she did the ad for the McDonald's meal, and Cardi literally looks the same exact way that Sweetie was styled for her McDonald's ad, and here Cardi B go popping up at the Super Bowl the day this ad is being advertised, looking just like how Sweetie looked in her McDonald's ad, is a little bit creepy to me. And I'm convinced at this point Offset has something going on with Sweetie, or at least wanted to. Because when have we ever seen Cardi with this hairstyle and the color at the same time? This is a notorious Sweetie look, or at least the look that she did for this McDonald's ad. Like, I had to do a double take when I seen the videos of Cardi online at the Super Bowl on Sunday. Like, she literally is styled like Sweetie was for her McDonald's ad. And then here you have this McDonald's ad, and you is popping up the day it's advertising, looking like how Sweetie was looking for her McDonald's ad. It's almost as if she was, I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but it's almost as if she was kind of trying to get at Sweetie or kind of mock her in a way. I don't know, because it was very subtle, but I definitely peeped it. So I don't know. I just felt like Cardi was definitely giving me Sweetie vibes. But Cardi want to, look and favor just about anyone and everyone except her original face. All tea, no shade. And that's my most humble opinion. So let me know your thoughts on that below. The next topic I want to get into is Latte Frappuccino ass. So Latto announced the other day that her pop song that she previewed last week will be dropping this Friday, and it's called Lottery. And yesterday she revealed the cover art to this song. Now, I already told y'all I think this song is a mix. This song sounds like Doja Cat Say So and Sweetie's Closer, which those two songs already sound alike sonically, because when Sweetie dropped Closer, I told y'all she was trying to get in her Doja Cat bag because it was sonically similar to Say So. So I thought Sweetie's Closer was, basically Say So 2.0. And now Latte's song is Say So 3.0 because it sounds, very sonically the same, or more so similar than the same, but very similar. It's just too similar sonically. And maybe that was the goal. Maybe she saw it working for Doja and even Lizzo. And, maybe Latte, matter of fact, Latte was just on tour with Lizzo, so she probably was taking notes. Now, I really want to talk about the cover art, because I need one of her jackpots to make it make sense for me. The song is called Lottery. And, from the preview of the song she has put out, I'm not getting Catholic or churchy vibes at all. So I need the cover art to make sense in my mind, and it just don't. Like, first of all, it looked like it was created on The Sims. And second, why are you walking down the aisle in a church pushing a wheelchair latte? Who is in the wheelchair? 21? Like, who's in the wheelchair? What in this symbolism is this supposed to mean? Is this some type of ritualistic, symbolic shit, or what? Because that's what it's giving. Because what the hell the church got to do with the goddamn lottery? Ain't that blasphemy? Like, I don't understand. But I know the cover art ain't making sense. It ain't matching the energy and direction of the song. I know that. So I saw somewhere it was supposed to be inspired by Anna Nicole, but that's not what it was giving for me. Like, I'm just sick of the church themed ass music videos altogether. We get it. Y'all sold y'all souls. You got to do your symbolisms or whatever. But yeah, let's give it a break. Let's be original. I'm just trying to see what direction Latte is trying to go in with this song, because like I say, the cover art ain't making sense to me, you know. But Latte, she just does shit and expects it to be accepted, you know, like she does shit and expect to have some type of support behind it, like how she got into with Nicki Minaj and had her career ratioed. The only thing I can think that can help Latte get up off the floor is a public apology to Onika, because that's the day she committed career suicide, and her career has been on the floor ever since, and she's really been out here flourishing ever since. So let me know your thoughts on that below. The next topic I want to get into is JT, because she did speak with Angie Martinez in a recent interview, and she opened up about her thoughts and feelings as it pertains to the future of the City Girls. So here is that audio.
What about City Girls? What does the future of City Girls look like?
An album. Hopefully, the future of the City Girls can be the City Girls. Mm-hmm. And I pray that our egos does not like separate it, mm-hmm. or the internet, or guys, mm-hmm. or like nothing. You get what I'm trying to say? Like mm-hmm. nothing. Do you worry about that a little bit? Sometimes. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I be on my shit. Sometimes she be on her shit. You know, like
you're human.
We're human. We're women. We're not girls. Mm-hmm. We're women. Like sometimes I want to be with my man. Mm-hmm. So it's just like sometimes she want to be with her man, and I hope that that's not what be the reason.
Mm-hmm. Or interfere.
Right.
A group is hard, man, because it's like a relationship.
I see it.
It's like being in a relationship.
So let me know what you think about it below. You know, honestly, I've been done said the City Girls is on their last leg. They have not officially broken up, but you know, I feel like it's only a matter of time. And I really don't feel like that's what JT necessarily wants, but I definitely feel like that's something Caresha would be leaning more towards. You know, Caresha done did a whole rebrand in front of our eyes. She's, you know, done went from being known as Young Miami of the City Girls to just Caresha. On top of that, she gotten into acting and her own, you know, sit down interview show, whatever, and getting pissed on by her sugar daddy Diddy. So I can see why she isn't as concerned with music, where, you know, as JT, she's still about the music. And I honestly think that they might as well, you know, go their separate ways, because it's giving the energy that they fake fucking with each other in a way. And I think it's other issues going on behind the scenes, because, you know, why bring up niggas and personal shit as reasons as to why you don't want to break up, unless those are the reasons that are causing issues in the duo dynamic now. Because Caresha and JT been with the same niggas last year and even before that, and they still been doing that City Girl shit, okay? So that's not really a good reason. On top of that, how can you all withstand one of y'all going to jail for damn near a year, but y'all don't think you can, you know, withstand you know, the test of times by being together and putting out that music and that collaborative effort of being a group? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. Y'all can still be a group and do independent and solo ventures and projects and you know, still be a group. Plenty of groups have done it. So I think JT needs to go ahead and just drop solo music, because she's the real rapper in between the two anyway. And I just feel like from what JT described, Caresha is just, you know, she's probably the only person that was willing to do the group with JT to begin with. Not because they was just, you know, the best of friends, but because it just happened to work out that way. And I feel like now it's probably just run its course, now that Caresha obtained what she really wanted out of it to begin with. So y'all let me know your thoughts about that below. The last topic, but certainly not the least, the next topic I want to get into is Onika Tanya, because 11 years after being released, Roman's Holiday has hit #1 on the rap digital song sales charts for the first time. And again, this was released 11 years ago. So that's iconic and queen shit, and iconic and queen shit only. What other rap bitch old songs is charting at #1 over 5 years after it was released? These hoes ain't even doing that with songs they released a year ago. Hell, even 3 months ago. So congrats to the queen. Now, I hear a lot of talk and speculation about fans believing the reason why Nicki has been on hiatus for so long is maybe because, you know, she's pregnant. However, I can't confirm or deny that. No, I'm going to try to pretend to. We just going to have to wait till Nicki to pop out. But if she is, you know, I'm happy for her. And if she not, I'm not tripping, because regardless, Onika knows how to feed her children, okay? If she is pregnant, though, it makes sense as to why last year she dominated and was so active and was so, you know, into feeding us the whole year. You know, she gave us new music, visuals, collabs, brand deals. So if she don't drop as much this year, I'm still satisfied and full from last year. And honestly, she needs to let these other girls go ahead and drop, okay? Because, you know, they all secretly waiting on her anyway to see her next move. Because truth be told, a lot of these bitches and their labels was inspired by the Super Freaky Girl era. Because now they're going back to get songs from the 80s and 70s to sample, or they're trying to go the pop route like Nicki did back in 2012, 2013. And she took a lot of heat for it when she did. Now you got these girls running to take the same route and doing the same shit because they can't pop off on the hip hop and rap charts. You know, but here Nicki is yet again inspiring the girlies. So let me know your thoughts about that below. So remember, this is my commentary and opinion. Let me know yours below. I look forward to reading your thoughts. Don't forget to give this video that thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button. Lounge me on my socials at Southern T. That's with 2 A's at the end. I'll catch y'all in my next video.